All right. Can everybody see me now? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm IWN. We are live for AEW Dark Elevation episode 84. If you guys are new to the channel, and want to be in the live chat for my watch-alongs and reviews every week, hit that subscribe button. Even if you want me to do more watch-alongs and reviews every week, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. Hit the like button. Hit that freaking thumbs up. Let's get some likes on the stream minimum for today's watch-along. And you guys can follow me on Instagram. You can add me on Facebook. You can even add me on Snapchat. I have Snapchat as well. The links to all of my accounts are in the description below. Try to be careful, though, when you're adding me and following me, because some of my accounts are still hacked. I haven't even got my accounts back, but like I said, I'm working with somebody to get to recover all my accounts to where I can have them back, so where I can start sharing my reviews and watch-alongs and videos on all of my accounts again. Thank you guys for joining me for the AEW Dark Elevation episode 84. We're going to go ahead and get to that. Go ahead and get to that right away. Not going to waste anybody's time. I do also have some huge WWE and AEW news on the Good Brothers, Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, Sammy Guevara, MJF, and much more. And then I have some shocking announcements to make right after I give you guys the WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news after the Elevation watch-along. So I hope you guys enjoy your time here with me, man. We're going to go ahead and get to it. Not going to waste anybody's time because I have to be at work before 5:30. So I want to try to be a little quick today. And I got to admit, speaking of today, we got yet another nice day outside. It looks really, 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 really great out here. The leaves are turning orange, yellow, and red. And the skies are blue. The sun is out. What are y'all's plans for the day, man? I gotta wonder. I gotta ask, man. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and push the X button and play AEW Dark Elevation episode 84 here on my TV screen. It's not on my laptop screen, it's on my TV screen. I know you guys are just here for the WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news, but don't worry. Rest assured that I will be going over all of your WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news after the AEW Dark Elevation watch-along. I was told that this week's episode of Elevation was not that bad. Well, I haven't watched it yet. We'll have to watch and see. Of course, Elevation kicks off with Shida versus Erica Length. This is basically a squash match. This is not a competitive match. I don't know why AEW always got to book all these squash matches. I thought I fussed about this last week. I thought we talked about this last week on my AEW Dark Elevation thumbnail or watch along. I thought I talked about this. I don't know why they got to be booking all these squash matches on Dark and Elevation when they should be booking actual competition matches. You know, everybody on the AEW women's and women's roster should be on the show. Not indie talent, not enhancement talent, not talents from Ring of Honor. I really don't understand it, man. I don't get it. I don't know who Erica Lynch is. I don't know her. Never heard of her. Anybody ever heard of Erica Lynch? We got Matt Menard, that new commentator on commentary for AEW Dark Elevation.
Compete on Elevation. I've said holy Shida myself many times. Holy Shida.
Oh no, it's Paul White and Matt Menard.
Holy Shida. You know, Paul, when you're right, you're right. Well, and it happens very rarely, so I take note of it.
Here we are, Elevation. Yeah, nice Colorado time to start things off. Erica Leigh, I know her from up my way, competes a lot in the Lehigh Valley, the New York City area, and really making her name in the Northeast.
She's like a powerful athlete, too. She's got a great set of shoulders and traps on her, good set of strong legs.
Okay, this looks like this is going to be a good match. Hikaru, Shida, and Erica throwing punches at each other and one another. Erica's punching the hell out of her and Shida, but it's not even doing it's barely even doing anything to her and Shida.
Forearm shiver right to the throat. Take that with you.
You called it. And now going up top.
This match looks like it's not going to be bad. Hikaru Shida's taking over so far. Throwing punches at her opponent, Erica, in the corner. Guys, are you excited for Modern Warfare 2? I'm not. I really don't. I really don't like the game at all. I'm not really a huge fan of those games. I used to stream Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. To those of you that's been subscribed to my channel for years, you've known and you've seen me stream Cold War. You've seen how fucking god awful Cold War is. Call of Duty sucks, man. For real. I can see why a lot of people don't play Call of Duty anymore. Whoa! Hikaru did a drop kick, but Erica Lynch wisely blocked that. She wisely moved away from Hikaru's kick on the top rope. We got a drop kick from Erica Lynch.
That's a mistake that I see a lot in Elevation with the younger talent. They don't understand when you got your
big boot from Erica Lynch. Erica Lynch's in the corner. Oh, she was going for the running knee, but that missed. Man, what a punch for Hikaru. Yeah, this is a solid, decent match so far. This match ain't that bad.
A lot of the Japanese competitors really do that.
Wow, double knees beating up.
Double knees from Hikaru. Erica kicks out. Fuck Paul White and Matt Menard. I'm commentating for you guys. Whoa! The turnaround spinning kick from Hikaru. That's her finisher right there. Hikaru Shida wins. What an impressive match. What a great match, man.
Put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. All right. I want that merch. Get it done.
Erica Lynch, she's great. She looked great in this match, but she's not as great as Hikaru. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I barely even know who this Erica Lynch local enhancement talent is. I know she's a female, and I know she can get it done in the ring. That's all I know.
They're here for me. They're like family, because I can talk to them. They can talk to me, and it's like this big. This is her emotion.
We got who? Excuse me. Who do we got?
It helps me because I kind of want to be.
We got Papa Don versus Lance Archer. Who is Papa Don? All these freaking hilarious ring names, man. I tell you. What do we got going on with AEW nowadays, man? I tell you. Oh, man.
Boy, is he coming in with an attitude.
Yep. Papa Don just got punched in the face by Archer.
Who's this guy? What's his name?
Somebody's gonna die. The murder Hulk monster. Lance Archer. Somebody's gonna die. They have not been using Lance. I'm gonna be honest with you. AEW has done a terrible job with how they have been using Lance Archer on television here lately. Lance Archer has not been getting any good matches. They got to do better with Lance Archer on the AEW main roster, man. Seriously. Because right now, AEW is doing absolutely terrible with Lance Archer. Lance Archer should be feuding with a babyface right now in AEW. But he's not. They're booking him in all these useless squash matches, trying to make him look undefeated. We know Lance Archer is undefeated. Why don't you have somebody feud with Lance Archer and have somebody look strong and defeat Lance Archer so he can not be undefeated anymore? You know what I'm saying? I don't get this. I don't understand this. Why week after week after week they keep booking Lance Archer in all these useless squash matches? What did I tell you guys, Tony Khan, to cut the squash matching ideas, man? These squash match ideas, cut it out, man. Cut the shit with these ideas. It's not getting you more audience, man. It's generally making your Dark and Elevation shows look a lot worse doing that. I'm not kidding. Lance Archer's been doing the same stuff every week. I feel bad for him, man. He hasn't been getting used well on TV, man. I really feel bad for him. Not to mention, he hasn't even got any TV time. Barely.
Well, you're gonna get respect, that's for sure.
The only time we've seen Lance Archer is on all these Dark and Elevation episodes. That's the only time we see Lance Archer. I have not seen Lance Archer on not one episode of Rampage or Dynamite. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. Anybody here that's watching understand it? I know I don't. I don't understand it, man. The blackout by Lance Archer for the 1, 2, 3.
The only thing when I look at Lance Archer, his athletic ability, his intensity, this guy is...
Everybody does. I like that. I like that theme song, man. Everybody does. Pretty sure he doesn't want anybody to die in real life, though. But still, I like that. I like that theme song, man. I think they're trying to build Lance Archer up. I think they're legitimately. This is what I'm thinking, guys. Listen. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna try to break it down the best way I can. So this is what I think. I think Lance Archer is being built up for his next feud in AEW. Who is he going to be feuding with in AEW next? I don't know. It could easily be somebody like a Keith Lee or Billy Gunn or maybe Luchasaurus when he turns back babyface again. I don't know, man. Or maybe Samoa Joe. I would love to see Lance Archer feuding with Samoa Joe. That'd be a great fucking feud. And that would be a great opponent for Wardlow for his TNT championship. That'd be a great TNT Championship match. Wardlow versus Lance Archer for the TNT Championship. Book it. If that's where they're going for Lance Archer, then take my money, man. Take my fucking money, dude. I really do think this is leading to Lance Archer being Wardlow's next opponent for the TNT Championship. We'll have to wait and see. If not, then it might lead to him being the next opponent for Samoa Joe's Ring of Honor Championship. Ring of Honor title. But I mostly think this is going to lead to Lance Archer being Wardlow's next opponent for the TNT Championship. That's what I think. Let me know in the comments below what you think Lance Archer's next feud is going to be with. Again, let me know in the live chat or in the comments below when the stream ends who you think Lance Archer's next feud is going to be with. Let me know.
Yes, you are my best friend! Jungle Boy looks for payback on Luchasaurus. And Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho.
Oh, man. This is going to be a great episode of Dynamite. I will be live for the Dynamite watch along. I'll be live for your Dynamite review as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be packed tomorrow. I may be live for your Monday Night Raw review in between Dark and Dynamite. I may schedule it in between those two. In between those two live streams. I really want to review Monday Night Raw. I really do. Because Monday Night Raw was great this week. I read the results. Monday Night Raw is getting a whole lot better now. Monday Night Raw looks better. Monday Night Raw, I could say now that Monday Night Raw is producing better shows than Elevation and Dark now. I can now say that. Now that Triple H is head of creative talent relations, now that he's in charge of WWE. I ain't gonna lie to you, these Elevation and AEW Dark episodes have not been all that good. All they've been booking is squash match after squash matches after squash matches. Same old squash matches every week, man. Same old fucking beginnings, same old endings. It looks to me like AEW is somewhat starting to suck when I'm saying all this, man. Their women's division's not looking good. It's going to take more than right to make that women's division look like an important division in AEW. I'll tell you that now. What the hell is this? This off my screen, man. Oh, God, we got the terrible Emi Sakura. Somebody that Shida needs to train. No! She's awful. She's cringe. No.
Sakura!
We are in the presence of Japanese royalty, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time for a different gimmick, Emi Sakura. Your gimmick is terrible. Your theme song is terrible. It sounds annoying, as you know what. We got Trish Adora again.
Spent 8 years in the United States Army, the Pan-African champion.
I love Trish Adora. She can go. If you ever had a chance to see her compete, this is going to be a hell of a contest.
How many of you ever heard of Trish Adora?
Absolutely.
Doesn't ring a bell to me.
She's a veteran. She's got experience.
I've seen her compete last week.
This is going to be a great contest. I'm looking forward to this.
She's doing some nerves.
Oh, yeah,
She looks like a Gia Scott. That's what she looks like. She's another African-American female talent. Remember, she teamed up with that fucking guy that was wearing that Carolina blue, black, and white tights. Going up against Penelope and Kip Sabian.
Oh, there's the queen. No, this is my ring.
Wow. Insulting.
Kind of like an earth.
Did anybody watch Elevation last night? Elevation comes on every Monday nights. My Elevation watch-alongs are live every Tuesday afternoons due to work, due to my schedule, my work schedule.
She's getting tied up though right now. She's in big trouble.
It's safe to say that unfortunately Emi Sakura is going to win this match because this is yet another squash match. Great, another squash match that I'm not enjoying watching right now. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna start going live for my Monday Night Raw reviews if these shows keep getting bad. If these Dark and Elevation shows keep getting worse the way they are, I'm gonna start back going live for my Monday Night Raw reviews again. I am, legitimately. We're gonna talk about that at the end. Because like I said, I do have some shocking announcements, folks. I do. And it includes that. It includes that, honestly. It really does. Monday Night Raw is looking strong. They're looking more like the A show now. At first, I considered them the B show. Well, they're like the A show to me now. Some people are probably going to come in the chat and be like, Monday Night Raw's always been the A show. Okay. I'm not going to shut down your opinion. If you think Monday Night Raw's been the A show, good for you.
What you looking for here?
I respect your opinions.
Stop. Looks like Henry's twisting that neck. Great counter. I like it. Oh, right on the face. Drives her.
Amy Sakura looked like she was trying to do the twist of fate. She asked me.
Yeah, there you go. Corkscrew DDT.
There goes this cringe shit she does in the ring. That we will. That shit is so garbage, man. I don't know why they got her doing that in the ring. That's why I say Emi Sakura's gimmick and her theme music and her theme entrance, all that shit needs to change. They need to give her something more serious. This gimmick is not getting her over at all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to sound like no racist or nothing, but this gimmick is not getting her over at all. Amy Sakura looked like she tapped out. Butterfly backbreaker. Yeah, whatever. I'd be more glad when Emi Sakura gets off my television so I can see the next match.
1, 2.
Yeah, you got your win. Now, bye-bye. Get off my TV. Bye-bye. You are awful. I will say you're better than Sonny Kiss and Leva Bates combined, but you're still terrible. You're still terrible.
For North Carolinians, educational freedom, but will lower.
If you were to ask me between Emi Sakura and Nyla Rose, who's the better big woman in AEW? Nyla Rose, clearly. Look at the rapper, Little Baby.
For this match, Emi Sakura.
Emi Sakura's got something on the side of her shoulder. I don't know if you guys noticed. I hope I'm not the only one that's noticing. But she has a real big bump on the left side of her shoulder, man. I hope I'm not the only one that's noticing that. I'm sure she hasn't even looked at it. Yeah, you got your win. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, cringe Emi Sakura. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, I'd rather see Dasha than Emi Sakura. Dasha is more of a good-looking woman than she is.
Although I was born in the United States, I was born in Florida, my parents strictly wanted us to just speak Spanish till we went to school. I get to practice and show everyone my heritage every single week at Dynamite on Spanish commentary. My heritage played a part since I was married to Eddie Guerrero, and each and every day I don't forget the family that started the heritage of coming to the United States to be able to represent my family.
It's up to you what you do with that heritage and how you represent that heritage. And I want to inspire people who have the same background as me to do greater. And I hope I can do that for lots of kids and adults for years to come.
We got Dasha, Vicky Guerrero, and Jordan Garcia speaking about Hispanic Heritage Month.
Any kid can see me, Santana, or Ortiz, and the other Hispanic pro wrestlers here and see that anybody.
I didn't know Eddie Kingston was a Hispanic wrestler. I didn't know Eddie Kingston spoke Spanish. Did you guys know Eddie Kingston spoke Spanish?
My career because I'm fiery. Like most Hispanics are, you know what I mean? We're very fiery people, so any kid can see me, Santana, or Teasing.
I did not know Eddie Kingston spoke Spanish. I did not know that. I didn't even know he was a Hispanic American professional wrestler either. I didn't even know that.
Plethora of great Hispanic wrestlers in AEW.
We've got, Mexican heritage, Cuban heritage. I've got Puerto Rican heritage.
AEW's
I know Dasha,
you know what I mean? They mean
Santana Ortiz, Penta, Ray Phoenix,
Don't be afraid.
Thunder Rosa, Rush, and Andrade. I know they all speak Spanish.
Because you're unique and special and different. I bring the color by being a guerrero and being the most.
I know Vicky Guerrero speaks Spanish too.
Being the Guerrero family.
I bring the color by being the best technical sports entertainer who's ever lived.
I bring the color in the form of sazon. I always try to be a little extra spicy.
Sazon, ooh, she sounded sexy when she said that. Sazon, that's what she said.
I bring the color by never giving up.
Get your mind out of the gutter, IWN. Get your fucking mind out of the gutter, man. You know I'm trying to make you guys laugh, man. I'm trying. We got Tony Nese and Josh Woods versus Action Anderson and who? Excuse me? And Myles Hopkins. You guys know who Action Anderson and Myles Hopkins is? Does those names ring a bell to anybody? Those names don't ring a bell to me, I tell you that. Seriously, how many of you watched Elevation last night? I want to know. Hassan, did you watch Elevation? Anybody? Where are my moderators? Speaking of moderators, my moderators here this afternoon? Or are they on vacation? I didn't tell my moderators they can go on vacation.
Can we get Mark Sterling a doctor? Can we get him a doctor? We're first-class organization. Let's get to Dasha.
Tony Nese and Josh Woods are slowly becoming a tag team in the AEW tag team division.
Put together young athletes here, Daddy Magic. Yeah, I'm just saying, Mark Sterling. We can't, well, maybe he wouldn't be chasing these angels. This guy's been suffering for months.
We got Action Anderson and Myles Hopkins on the other side. On the left side, we got Tony Nese and Josh Woods. We got Tony Nese and Action Anderson in the ring, getting ready to kick things off. I'm commentating, not you, Matt Menard. Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth too, Paul White.
We're a team. Let's look like a team. Here we go. You and now we got something going here. Yeah, I saw the purple a couple of weeks ago.
Tony Nese flexing his muscles in the ring. I don't think that was wise for him to be doing that, but to each of his own.
Time here, waistlock, Tony Nese.
There's a great amateur background.
Tony Nese.
Waistlock control the tempo right now.
Oh yeah, he's controlling it. He's not the only one with the amateur background. Dalton Castles has an amateur background as well. Dalton Castles from Ring of Honor. And speaking of Dalton Castle and the boys, I'll be seeing them on television here in a minute. I'll be seeing them come out after Nyla Rose's match against Jordan Blade.
Myles Hopkins, very prominent in Maryland Championship Wrestling.
I like Dalton Castles and the boys, man. They are impressive. They are great. You want to talk about an entertaining professional wrestler? Dalton Castles is entertaining as it gets. He is not cringe, unlike Emi Sakura, who is cringe and terrible. Dalton Castles is great. I can see why AEW easily picked him up.
That's like when you asked me how I knew it was actually Andretti. It was the mental equivalent. Yeah, all right.
And plus, AEW is still partnered with Ring of Honor. I don't know if you guys knew that. They still are. Well, now you know. Action Anderson with a roll-up. Tony Nese kicked out, of course. Action Anderson trying to twist the arm of Tony Nese. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm IWN, and I'm your commentator for AEW Dark Elevation. Oh man, I could even imagine myself being commentator for Elevation or Dark. I'd be stuttering so bad on commentary, man. It wouldn't even be funny. Tony Nese is playing too many games. He's doing jumping jacks in the ring. As if anybody's gonna sit there and be like, ha ha ha, very funny. It wasn't funny to me. Maybe funny to some of the people in the crowd that was watching this match. And the people at home. Oh, what a Hurricane Rana from Action Anderson. We've seen a lot of high flyers do that. That includes Ricochet, Dante Martin, Matt Sydal, Lee Moriarty, so much more. Even Wardlow did it. We've seen Brian Cage did it in their match against each other for the TNT Championship. I could never imagine that Wardlow. I could never imagine Wardlow doing a Hurricane Rana. I never imagined that Wardlow did a Hurricane Rana to Brian Cage in that TNT Championship match. That was one of the best TNT Championship matches I've ever watched on Dynamite. Brian Cage and Wardlow had a hell of a banger. That was a hell of a match, man. It really was. That's better than Omos versus Braun Strowman. Honestly. Legitimately, guys, I mean that. Oh, man. I'm tired of these ads, man. Get rid of these ads. Get them out. Get them off my TV, man. Thank you.
He'll either beat you with power or submission. Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Whoa. Whoa. What was that Josh Woods just did in the ring? What was that? What was that he did?
And Woods, who the technical.
What was that?
He'll either beat you with power or submission. Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy smokes. And deadlifting Andretti. Just call the match right now. No regard.
Actually, Andretti hit really hard on his face.
Sure did. Sterling's loving it. And into the corner.
That looked like the
it's kind of on Andretti.
The exploder suplex. That was an exploder suplex from Josh Woods. So to what Becky Lynch does in the ring.
That's the name of the game. You're a tag team competition, you know that.
And Myles Hawkins tags in. Let's see what Myles Hawkins can do.
Aerial assault by Myles Hawkins. Wow, great athletic ability.
And both Andretti and Hawkins, I think, are two men we could be seeing more of in the future. Impressed by both thus far. Sunset flip. Watch it. Oh!
You know what? That new guy on commentary could be very, very well right. That new guy on commentary could absolutely be 100% right. Action Bronson and Myles Hawkins, they look like they legitimately look like they're going to be a good, formidable tag team for the AEW tag team division. If you want to bring new tag teams to the AEW tag team division, I'd certainly bring Myles Hawkins and Action Bronson. Or Action Anderson, not Action Bronson. Action Anderson. When I was thinking Action Bronson, I'm thinking about Action Bronson's match against Daddy Magic and Cool Hand. He teamed up with Hook.
What does that feel like, bone on jaw? I mean, not very good. What do you think?
But for real though, Myles Hawkins and Action Anderson, you want to bring a new tag team into the AEW tag team division? I'd say bring those guys in. Bring those guys in, man. Those guys are really good. They are really good together as a tag team, despite their loss. You got to give Myles Hawkins and Action Anderson credit. They did really good. I would absolutely bring them up to the AEW tag team division. I would absolutely bring them up to the AEW roster. I would absolutely make Myles Hawkins and Action Anderson all elite. These guys are really good. They are great. They are absolutely great, man.
They're climbing up the ranks. They're looking good. Mark Sterling, real proud. Take a look right there. Can we get this man a massage? Something.
I love that big boot.
Myles Hawkins and Action Anderson, they are great. Tony Khan needs to sign those two to an AEW contract. They are great as a tag team. They were impressive in their match against Tony Nese and Josh Woods. It's not often I say good things about local enhancement talent, but They were great. I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching the stream agrees with what I'm saying. Uh-oh.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20.
And I think AEW has seemingly turned Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir babyface. I'm not sure. Because now Nyla Rose is actually feuding. Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir, they're actually feuding with Jade Cargill now in the baddies. They're actually feuding with Jade Cargill in the baddies. We got Nyla Rose coming into the ring. We got Jordan Blade on the right side of the corner of the ring, waiting on Nyla Rose to get done doing what she's doing in the ring, which is showing off. Hey! Yo, Migos! Stop all the arguments on commentary, man. You guys are arguing like 12-year-olds on commentary. Cut the shit. Let's focus on the match between Nyla Rose and Jordan Blade instead of arguing like a bunch of whining girls on commentary.
Your guy in Montreal taking bets? Oh, Montreal East.
Oh, Montreal, the smoked meat sandwiches. Oh, my God.
Now we're talking. And Jordan Blade.
Smoked meat sandwiches? What? What are they talking about? Smoked meat sandwiches. You guys hear this? Oh, my goodness. Something is wrong with this commentary today. Something's wrong with this commentary team, man. I'm not even joking, dude.
Sending Blade into the corner, charging in. Yes!
Sounded like a legit fat slob, man. He's like,
there's that movement. You get caught with a big squish, though.
You know, it's kind of hard with the speed and the force that Nyla Rose comes in with that is tough. You know, Jordan Blade needs to try to dig into that.
I'm talking about.
You guys are waiting on the WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news. Don't worry. Elevation is almost over. Whoa! Vicky Guerrero just slapped the shit, the shit taste out of Jordan Blade.
Exactly.
Just slapped the crap out of Jordan Blade, man. Nyla Rose is picking her up. That looked like a power driver for a minute, but it didn't. It's not. Is Nyla Rose going for the Beast Bomb?
Beating time here for Nyla.
Are we going for a Beast Bomb?
Is that what that means? You lick the hand?
Hey! No, Paul White. You ain't copying me. You ain't getting that from me. I said it first before you did. I said Beast Bomb way before you did. Don't even try it, Paul White. Don't even try to be like me. Good try. Don't even. Nah, you ain't me, Paul White. Everybody that's subscribed to my channel can honestly come on here and say that Paul White is not IWN. No, he's not. Nah. Sorry, man, you failed. You're not IWN. Nah. Right when I said Beast Bomb, Paul White tried to say Beast Bomb. Yeah. Trying to steal my fucking word for word, man.
And get everything on your list.
Oh my goodness. Paul White, you're a freaking comedian, man. You are a freaking comedian.
Winner of this match, Nyla Rose.
What the hell did Nyla Rose just do?
And the problem, very much an anticipated result. Gonna take a look. Show me this knee. And there was never any doubt for Guerrero or Marina that Nyla Rose would be victorious here.
Wow. That looked like a running knee on the top rope. That's what that looked like.
Nyla Rose victorious once again here on Dark Elevation. Huge win over Jordan Blade.
And just as I said earlier, coming up next, we got Dalton Castles and the boys versus Logan.
Six-man tag action.
And Goldy.
Logan Laroux take on Dalton Castle and the boys. The ROH.
Logan, Goldy, and Brett Water. These names are confusing me, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going on a break. Guys, I'm going on a break. I'll be back. I'm going to go take a huge break. I'm going to go fix me a sandwich, man. I'm feeling dizzy, man. Feeling like I'm going to end the live stream already. And not to mention, I've been taking my medicine a little bit too late, and I'm not supposed to be, and that's not good. I got to start getting up early to eat so I can take my medicine. That's probably why y'all been hearing me stuttering and repeating myself a lot. For fuck's sakes, I woke up at 1 something in the afternoon. Slept all morning and woke up at 1 something in the afternoon. I was feeling hyped. I was hyper. I had to take my medicine. And then all of a sudden, I go live. I start feeling dizzy. I start feeling dizzy all over again. It's just like, dang, I got to start getting up early, man. What is going on here? But anyways, guys, I will be right back, man. I am going to take a break. Don't go nowhere. Don't go anywhere, folks. Ah, Jocko, I see you got a new profile picture. Is that your first YouTube profile picture? Anyways, I'll be right back, guys. I'll play some music for you while I'm going to fix me a sandwich here. I'm going to fix me a good sandwich. I'm going to fix me a ham and cheese sandwich. Sounds good, right? I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. And now, here we go with the continuation of AEW Dark Elevation, episode 84.
Teasing coming alive.
Uh-oh, we got Dalton Castle and the boys coming out.
You know, it is like you want to clap and move along with this. I really love this guy.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dalton Castles is great. He is fucking great, man. I don't know how anybody could not like Dalton Castles and not be a fan of Dalton Castles and say his gimmick is one of the most interesting gimmicks in the wrestling industry.
Introducing first, at a combined weight of 518 pounds, they are the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Champions, the Boys, and Dalton Castle.
Had to grab me something to eat, man. I was feeling dizzy, y'all. I took my medicine. I ate and took my medicine too late.
Now we're talking.
You gotta love Dalton, man. I mean, he walks like he owns the ring. He moves like a star. You gotta love it. There's the boys doing their job.
Yeah, former world champion Dalton Castle, Ring of Honor World Champion, two-time 6-man champ. In the house here tonight.
Just like the whole presentation, the cake, the boys, the attitude.
It's a great package, Dalton Castle and the boys.
They're a great addition to Dark and Elevation. They will be an even more great addition if Tony Khan and AEW signs all three of these guys to a longer AEW contract. They will be good additions to the AEW tag team division.
Their opponents are in the ring, the team of Goldy, Brett Waters, and Logan Laroux.
Really, legitimately,
Forget what matters most with McAfee's
all Tony Khan has to do,
an award-winning antivirus.
all Tony Khan has to do is sign those three guys,
That turns on automatically.
and they'll be good to go.
Protection score to strengthen your allies. And identity monitoring that flags risks up to 10 months faster. McAfee, online protection made easy.
No offense, but Goldy, Brett, and Logan look like a boy band that took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
I don't even know what that means.
You ever watch Bugs Bunny? Come on, man. Am I dating myself? Am I the only one still know cartoons?
I think Paul's saying they're put together. They're well put together. Put together.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay.
I think they're in trouble right now.
Well, we're going to start with Wet Brett Waters.
Wet Brett? Did you just say that?
That's the moniker.
Oh my God, that freaking hacker, man!
Oh, he's wet all over.
That freaking hacker just sent me a message on my other Instagram account. What is going on here, man?
He's not feeling that.
Somebody needs to get rid of this hacker, man.
Try him off, boys. There you go. Try him off. Yeah. Doing their job. You see Brandon on the left, Brent on the right. Why are they waving it down there? It's on his back. Maybe he's good call. Good call.
Yeah, I don't know.
Couple of perverts.
Hey, Jocko, can I ask you a question? You ever have anybody hack your account before?
Come on, Ian.
That's a good point.
Anybody's account's ever been hacked?
And alternate on the world team.
Anybody's Instagram, Facebook account's ever been hacked, man?
The champions, right? Don't guess. He always starts the match. Oh, he dominates.
Yeah, well, that shows to show his leadership qualities. Lead by example. Plus, he's got that great amateur background, just the way he controls the tempo. I love when you have the ability to ground an opponent like this with an amateur background. Why not use it?
Why not use it? You're right. You know,
so many times we got so many great
guys, you're not gonna believe this, but the hacker that's hacking both my Instagram accounts just sent me a message. Legitimately, like 5 minutes ago, he legitimately just sent me a message saying, "Hey."
And those hips look better than ever. He's able to drop him and throw him. They sure do. He's getting in the face here.
It's getting worse and worse, man.
Logan Laroux in the red tie.
Oh my God.
Who's this now? Which one? Well, we got in. Brandon has the lighter hair. Brent has the darker hair. Ooh, I don't know. I can't tell them apart. Well, they're twins.
Oh, look at that double team by Dalton Castle's boys, man. Oh, wow. Dalton Castle and his boys, they are impressive, man. I can see why they're the six-man Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions.
I like a little kick right in the gut. Oh, and here's Logan Laroux swinging right in Paul's face. And Goldy leads a group called the Golden Era Tag Main. Here comes Logan Laroux. Logan Laroux not part of that group, but I like it though. Look at this. They're turning up the intensity here. They saw their opportunity.
These guys are great, man. I'm telling you.
They're pretty serious. Nice.
I get him out of that corner though.
Yeah. There
could be a tag right there, and there it is. That's the mistake right there. And Brandon with a big kick. And Brent, go around, springboard, high cross body with Laroux.
Wow, what a high cross body, man. Oh my goodness.
How many times I get it? Some pretty coverage, straight for a picture. Wow. Nice kick.
Wow.
It won't win you matches. Go
make a tag now, Logan. Here we go. There, into the corner. That made the wet Brett Waters. Here we go. The big wet here.
The Slimester.
Woo, the Slimester.
Who the heck is Brent Waters?
Oh, slimy. Oh, up and over.
Does that name ring a bell to anybody? It doesn't ring a bell to me. And Dalton Castle's tag team.
Castle delivers with the forearm.
Castle with a forearm. Clearing out cleaning the heels out the ring.
The pizzazz. He's getting doubles. He's very entertaining. No doubt about it.
Ooh. An exploder from Dalton Castle, man.
All those throws. That's impressive.
Knee to the face of Brett Waters.
He was able to finally get some space. And look at the line balls caught here. Look at the bangarang.
The bangarang. Bam. Look at that.
Cover 1, 2. The six-man champs are victorious.
Winners of this match, the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champions, the boys, and Dalton Castle.
We've seen a lot of great action from Dalton Castle and the boys. Paul, I got to throw this to you, though. They've been facing some teams that have been younger wrestlers. I'm anxious to see what happens when they face maybe a more cohesive veteran six-man team.
Well, all Tony Khan has to do is sign them to a long AEW contract. We could see Dalton Castle and the boys going up against House of Black, Private Party, or Butcher and the Blade. Maybe the team of Andrade and Whoosh. All kinds of dream matches we can see out of these guys, man. All kinds of tag team dream matches.
Our main event, Serpentico with Luther taking on
Jesus Christ. Guys, they just said the main event is Brandon Cutler versus Serpentico. How worse can it get? Don't get me wrong, Serpentico's great. Brandon Cutler, yeah. That new gimmick he got, it's got to go. It's making him look like a complete jobber and a complete loser. He's got to go.
A $1,200 value, absolutely free. The L22 brings dozens of vintage mic models and immersive stereo recording to your home studio. Factor in UA's legendary preamps, converters, and onboard DSP. With the Apollo L22 combo, you've got all you need to tackle the tough.
Enough with these freaking ads, man.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 2-1
Here comes Chaos Projects, Serpentico, and Luther.
Puerto Rico, weighing at 170 pounds, Serpentico.
Serpentico, I'm in the distinction approaching one.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard for Serpentico to shine when he's around such an incredible talent like Luther. I've spoken many times.
Yeah.
Luther is. We've heard of 1,000 holds.
Give me a break.
With 1,000 different interests.
We got Mr. Sprayman, Brandon Cutler.
Brandon Cutler country, Washington, D.C.
zone, that's for sure.
I thought we fixed that problem in the 90s.
And his opponent from Rancho Cucamonga, California, weighing 203.
This could be Serpentico's biggest win of his career.
Cutler.
This is going to be a great matchup here. If Serpentico can listen to Luther. Now, Luther, I've told you in the past, he's been an FBI profiler, and he was an Indy driver for Formula One racing. Wow. From Danish royalty. Right now, you notice that Luther's in tremendous shape. He just came off winning the European bodybuilding championship.
Wow. That's up to Luther. He is absolutely. Congratulations to Luther.
I want to talk to someone interesting. Sit down and talk to Luther.
How about that, huh? I got to call out.
Oh, really? Good for him.
Now, he's got those sweet kicks on. Those are AEW exclusive to Champ Sports. They sold out almost instantaneously back on September 28th. You want a real announcer? Yes, sir. Here we go. Love our partners at Champ Sports. Some upcoming designs coming your way. AEW exclusive. These reversals here.
Yeah, like, we get it, guys. You know what a wrist lock is.
Maybe they scouted each other. Standing switches here.
I mean, this is like an amateur, textbook show-off now.
Here we go. They're testing the cardio here. Look at Serp. Front face lock here. Looking for a suplex, maybe. No.
It's a little bit of a pull for Serpentico.
Has anything been successful?
No.
It's just rehearsal. Bit of a teeter-totter situation here.
Yeah.
I did look it up. We did solve the ozone problem. We made the appropriate adjustments. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Look at this.
Wish that freaking hacker would leave my accounts alone,
Very
man.
even matchup here, guys.
This is amazing.
Wow. Like mirror images.
This is like 0 times 0 is going to equal something.
Tremendous. It's blowing my mind, Paul. Thinking about the size of the universe now. Look at that.
Brandon Cutler with a size advantage.
There we go.
Dug deep into his.
Of course he's going to have the side advantage. Serpentico ain't big.
Pulled that suplex off.
Wow, big elbow. Shades of break the hammer right there. And you gotta love this pizzazz. I don't know about this. Oh, is that a dab? Is dabbing still a thing? It's not 2018 over here.
Are Subaru still a thing? Look at that outfit.
I'm loving this. Look at him. Oh, nobody knows.
This main event is crazy.
Yeah, let's go get him, Serp. Serpentico.
Nobody home there. There's nobody home.
Yeah, I've got Cutler so far on points in this match.
This might be the single greatest main event we've ever had on Elevation.
First rope.
Are you serious?
Oh, big splat. Cover. 2.
I don't call this the greatest main event. I call this the worst main event of Elevation. This match sucks.
Luther rallying the crowd here. Forearms to Serpentico.
I can't wait for Dark tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't wait for AEW Dark. Episode 65. That's all I'm going to say.
Now Luther's got to get him back on track. Oh, Cutler, though.
Right, evaded by Serpentico, whether he meant to or not.
I got to tell you guys, these guys are giving us a stroke.
This is tremendous. I'm telling you, this is a Mac classic you guys are watching.
By my count, Cutler is in.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Here. Oh, boy.
Listen to the Luther. The Luther knows.
He does know. I'm with you. Looks great. Yes. Oh, this is legal. Oh, no.
Well.
Don't look like a classic to me. Look, it looks like a complete bore fest. Ooh, Sonic. Off my TV you go.
Exactly, Luther. Exactly.
Look at the striations, the veins in Luther. We could have a countout situation here. He may have incapacitated his own man.
Serpentico's tough. He can get through this.
This is great stuff. Incredible. I can't believe the action we're seeing here in AEW.
You gotta get behind Serpentico. The whole adage of fall at the horse, get back on it.
Absolutely.
Serpentico going off 98 times.
We got a strike exchange here. Both men going toe to toe. And Cutler delivers. Knee to knee. Whoa, Serpentico. Got him.
Serpentico punched Brandon Cutler.
Almost.
Woo.
Serpentico and Brandon Cutler going back and forth at one another.
It's Serpentico. Oh, yeah.
I don't think that was wise for Serpentico to hit Brandon Cutler with a chop.
I love it.
Oh.
Another chop from Serpentico. to Brandon Cutler. That looked like that hurt.
It's chilly out here in Washington. Serpentico has the
It
advantage.
wasn't twice as nice, but it was effective.
It's your time. You can do it.
Got it. Ooh, he made
Knees to the back of Brandon Cutler by Serpentico.
Oh, stunner.
A stunner by Serpentico.
Wow, the heart of
This could have been the biggest win of Serpentico's career.
both men. Get everything that they got.
Brandon Cutler kicked out at 2 from the stunner, delivered by Serpentico.
What a contest here. Elevation. The place to be every Monday night at Serpentico.
Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing.
High reward.
Oh, but you're not gonna confess to the fact that the last 2 elevations we got were absolutely horrible. Okay. Okay.
Cutler.
I see what you guys on commentary are doing now, man. See?
Looking for here.
I see what you guys are doing. You're damaging some people's reputation. I see that. I see. Okay.
That may have taken more out of Cutler than it did Serpentico. No Claudio, huh? Well, if you find the horizon
Definitely
line.
not.
So Claudio.
That's like Claudio would be shitboxed 100 times.
Oh, wow.
This is tremendous. This is tremendous.
An all-timer here at Dark Elevation.
Luther's doing his job, trying to talk to Mike Posey about the inconsistencies of his refereeing.
Here we go with Sir got. Yes, sir. Use it. He's got the cold spray. Use it.
Color coordinated too.
Uh-oh. Now, ready shooting all of it out. Get to it. Get to it.
Where's my charger, man?
Oh, no.
Oh my God! Brandon Cutler just sprayed Serpentico in his eye. What the fuck? Oh my God! That looked like that hurt.
What is going on?
What is he doing? Why is he doing that?
He is in extreme danger at this point. Luther! Oh, no! Luther!
Oh no! He just sprayed Luther in the eyes now. Brandon Cutler did. I guess this is his tactic way of winning.
Brandon Cutler going to the top, folks.
This has got to be it. Oh, he nailed it! Bowling! Cover 2, 3! What a match!
Wow. I don't know if I'll say what a match, but they did somewhat a little bit good. They somewhat got some good chemistry in the ring. I wouldn't say much. Brandon Cutler and Serpentico.
That could be one of the single best main event matches we've had on AEW.
I gotta tell you,
These 2 guys came in here with literally nothing to lose and everything to gain.
laid it all on the line, no doubt about it. Amazing effort for both men. No slipping tonight for Brandon Cutler off the top rope. He nailed it. Big time victory fans. Join us this Wednesday. AEW Dynamite. Chris Jericho defends the Ring of Honor.
All righty, guys. That's it. Nah, I'm just joking. That's not it. We're not finished yet. I'm going to tell you why. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all are still here. Because you know what time it is, man. You know what time it is, right? I'm going to let you take a guess as to what time it is. Guess what time it is? Come on. I know somebody in the live chat's got to know. Somebody. Somebody's got to know. Somebody's got to know, man. Somebody's got to know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is time for your WWE and AEW Tuesday afternoon news. We are going to go ahead and start at the top. As a matter of fact, we're going to start with the news on the Good Brothers, Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. So apparently, the Good Brothers made the return to Monday Night Raw last night and reunited with AJ Styles. It says here that the Good were part of the Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling before they jumped ship to WWE. Now, last night they returned to WWE and reunited with AJ Styles. The Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson, returned to WWE during the season premiere of Raw in Brooklyn, New York. I'm pretty sure some of you that subscribe to my channel are from Brooklyn, New York. Now, the duo joined AJ Styles and took out Judgment Day. Sorry, guys, the camera's kind of floating a little bit. I was looking for my phone charger because I need to have my phone charged before it's time for me to go to work. Now, the duo joined AJ Styles and took out Judgment Day. It appears that the odds are finally even against Judgment Day. Finn Balor defeated Edge in the I Quit match at Extreme Rules. Yes, I was live with my WWE 2022 Extreme Rules watch along. If you guys missed it, go check it out. Go give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Finn Balor made Edge say the words by forcing him to watch a helpless Beth Phoenix get armchair tied by Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is doing great with her gimmick so far. She has been. The Good Brothers, last synced before WWE was with Impact Wrestling. The duo had the Impact World Tag Team Championships as well. We'll have to wait and see what's next for Styles, Gallows, and Nese going forward. Now that the OC is back on Monday Night Raw and back in the WWE. What is y'all's take on this story? Let me know in the live chats. Now, moving on to this next news. Going down to the news on Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. So apparently, Brock Lesnar made his WWE Monday Night Raw return to destroy Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar has been absent from WWE TV since SummerSlam 2022. The Beats lost the Last Man Standing match to Roman Reigns at the July 30th, 2022 Premium Live event. He returned to Raw to reunite an old rivalry. Brock Lesnar returned to a roaring ovation at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York during the season premiere of Raw last night. The Beast interrupted Bobby Lashley's promo ahead of his United States Championship defense against Seth Rollins. Lesnar took the mic and cut a short promo before laying out Lashley with a huge F5. He delivered a German suplex and hit another F5. Lesnar then locked Lashley in a Kimura as the Almighty screamed in agony. My sources Ringside News reported that Brock Lesnar is slated to work the Crown Jewel Premium Live event in Saudi Arabia on November 5th, 2022. The Beast will likely take on Lashley through WWE, though WWE has yet to officially book the match. So apparently Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar is going to be slated for Crown Jewel. That's what this feud is leading to, folks. I'm telling you ahead. Lesnar and Lashley have only had one singles match against each other so far. Lashley won the match for the WWE Championship at Royal Rumble. I'll keep you guys up to date on that and let you know anything that comes up. Now, we're going to move on to the news on Seth Rollins. Apparently, Seth Rollins won the United States title over Bobby Lashley thanks to the help of Let's hear that Bobby Lashley restored the first of the United States Championship with his challenges on a weekly basis. The Almighty put his title on the line once again this week, which those open challenges we never got when Vince and Bruce were in charge. We never got those. All we got was garbage after garbage after garbage every week when Vince and Bruce were in charge. Now that Triple H's in charge, now that he's head of creative and talent relations, now we can start seeing more open challenges again, and you love to see it. But anyways, the outcome of the match went completely different from his previous, I'd say, his previous defenses. Bobby Lashley defended his United States Championship against Seth Rollins during Monday Night Raw last night. Lashley cut a promo before the match. Brock Lesnar showed up, beat Lashley, injuring his arm in the process. Beast hit Lashley with an F5. He hit him with multiple F5s as well. Seth Rollins arrived and asked Lashley to get in the ring. The Visionary triggered Lashley by saying that he was a disgrace to the title and the country. The match began. Rollins countered Lashley's spear into a pedigree. Rollins controlled the match for the most part and won with a second curb stomp. Congratulations to Rollins. I'm sure his wife, Becky Lynch, is sitting at home smiling and happy. Ringside News, my sources exclusively report that is set for a Crown Jewel November the 5th. It's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar for Crown Jewel, obviously. I just said that. It appears that Bobby Lashley's slate is now clear after losing the United States Championship in a brilliant way, where he didn't lose any heat. What is y'all's take on this story? Now, there's some news on WWE reportedly having interest in the Good Brothers' return for months. Gonna go over that. And then after that, I have news on Karl Anderson wrapping things up in New Japan Pro Wrestling after his WWE return on Raw last night. We got all that plus so much more, guys. So stay with me. Stay with me if you want to hear the rest of the WWE AEW Tuesday afternoon news. Now, it says here that the Good Brothers returned to WWE this week to align themselves with AJ Styles once again in the October the 10th episode of the longest running weekly episodic television show in history. Was also the show's season premiere. They had a lot in store for fans. The fact is that the Good Brothers are a desirable comedy, and this return was a long time coming. This week's Monday Night Raw was absolutely decent. It was absolutely great. I read the results. Everything on the show was great. Except for Omos, of course. Damage Control needs to go to management. Dakota Kai and Io Sky needs to go to management and question them on their losses and ask, why are we losing? We're WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. We shouldn't be losing. When you're a champion or a tag team champion, you shouldn't be losing your first match on the main roster. That's the case for Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Dakota Kai and Io Sky are Women's Tag Team Champions. They should be winning every week, not losing. Why do they have Io Sky and Dakota Kai losing every week? That is making them look like complete jobbers and complete idiots, man. Seriously. WWE needs to start having Io Sky and Dakota Kai winning every week, because if they don't, then it's not going to look good on their part. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. Now, according to Sean Ross Sapp behind Fightful's paywall, WWE had interest in Karl Anderson and Gallows, and they were still under I don't even want to say it, man. I don't even want to say it, man. I don't even want to say it. You guys are going to be laughing when you hear this. They were still under Impact. Oh my God, man. They were still under Impact Wrestling contract. The two were clear about their interests, especially during the end of their Impact Wrestling deals. You gotta be kidding me, man. Impact. And I'm itching. I'm just itching saying Impact. I'm already itching just saying it. Jesus Christ. Impact is one of the worst wrestling promotions in professional wrestling. I don't know why anybody. I don't know why these geeks in the community are still watching that shit. I mean, stop watching Impact. Impact is terrible. The only time Impact was great was when Sting, Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley, Jeff Hardy, the Dudley Boys, Hulk Hogan, and Kurt Angle were there. All of them are gone. They're not on Impact anymore. Without them, Impact would be a complete disaster. And darn show. Rightfully so, man. Without them, Impact would be complete garbage. And now it is complete garbage. Without Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Sting, and Hulk Hogan. WWE had interest, it says here, and I quote, in them as early as the summer. When they were still under Impact Wrestling deals, the two were very transparent about the interest towards the end of their Impact Wrestling contracts, which ended up going a month longer than expected. End quote. It was also reported that Gallows and Anderson were committed to work with Impact. Nah, I'm just joking. Seriously, to be real with you guys, Gallows and Anderson were actually committed to working with New Japan Pro Wrestling through Wrestle Kingdom. Now, the last Ringside News heard, they did not have contracts. So, in their minds, this is an interesting situation. Because Karl Anderson is the current never open weight champion. A title he's held for 121 days and counting. That's a lot. Wow. Goes to show you how great Karl Anderson is. It goes to show you how fantastic he truly is. Him and Gallows truly are. And AJ Styles. I guess we'll have to see how things transpire for the OC and Judgment Day's rivalry. Oh, and by the way, this is the beginning of the OC and Judgment Day feud. But Anderson and Gallows return to WWE certainly adds an interesting dynamic to the situation, and it definitely boosts up the Raw Tag Team division. Because the Raw Tag Team divisions were in dire need of more tag teams. I'll tell you that right now. I wonder when Triple H is going to bring AOP back. AOP's not doing anything. They're running their own promotion. I wonder who AOP has signed in their own wrestling promotion. I wonder who. Probably nobody. They might as well just come back to WWE. Nobody's signing to their wrestling promotion. I mean, I understand that Akeem has an amateur background and Razor has an MMA background, but I don't think nobody's going to be signing to their own wrestling promotion. I mean, come on. I think it's easy for Triple H to bring Aldous Pain back to the company. Bringing Aldous Pain back to the company and adding them to the SmackDown or Raw Tag Team divisions would certainly look great. Would certainly be interesting. I would love to see them feud with Indus Sher, man. I would love to see them feud with the Viking Raiders too. That'd be some good feuds, man. You want to talk about powerhouses going at it with powerhouses, man? Holy shit, man. You want to talk about a solid tag team division feud, man? God. I don't know. We'll have to see whether Triple H has an idea on whether he's going to bring AOP back or not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. If he doesn't, oh well. It is what it is. But AOP were a great tag team when they were in NXT. Until they got wasted and fucking buried on the main roster by Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard. There's some news on KARL Anderson, by the way, guys. And so far, the news on KARL Anderson doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks decent. Apparently, KARL Anderson is set to wrap things up in New Japan Pro Wrestling after WWE return. I said I was going to go over this news with you guys. The Good Brothers returned to WWE this week for a shocking moment on Raw. They are officially back. But they also have things going elsewhere. KARL Anderson is still a never open weight champion. We know that because I already said that to you guys earlier. He will face Hikaru at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Battle Fall in Osaka event on November the 5th. With that being said, Anderson will do something that very few WWE superstars are permitted to do as he wrestles for another company. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that, so he is going to come and drop the championship. So he is coming back. It was also noted how this is not the way things were usually done in that regard. New Japan Pro Wrestling updated the card on Tuesday morning with Anderson versus Hikaru for the never openweight title still listed for the event. This confirmed after Anderson's WWE return that he will wrap things up with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It says here, and I quote, also already announced for November the 5th, KARL Anderson will defend the never openweight championship gold against Hikaru. New Japan Pro Wrestling's website reads, the machine gun will go wherever the bright lights will lead him. And that certainly rings true when it comes to November's big Osaka event. Might it also be true of Wrestle Kingdom in a never championship defense on the grandest stage? Or will Hikaru seize the moment and his first career championship? If you ask me, I think Hikaru should defeat KARL Anderson and become the never openweight champion, since KARL Anderson and Luke Gallows are back in WWE since they signed some sort of contract to WWE. That's just my honest opinion. Have Hikaru become the new never openweight champion. That's simple. Then that'll write Anderson off of New Japan Pro Wrestling television. And then we can start seeing more of Gallows and Anderson in WWE on Monday Night Raw, with AJ Styles feuding with Judgment Day. That's just me. That's just my opinion, honestly. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what the future holds for the Good Brothers. But this week's Raw return was a huge moment in their careers. KARL Anderson and Luke Gallows are now back in the WWE fold, even if that means they must tie up a few lost ends elsewhere first. What is y'all's take on the Good Brothers WWE return? Let me know in the live chats or in the comments below when the stream ends. Please and thank you. I will surely appreciate your comment. There is some news on Bronson Reed. So apparently Bronson Reed will possibly be in line for a WWE return. It says here that Reed was released by WWE last year, and they certainly shocked fans. Reed was let go because Reed simply didn't fit the new vision of NXT. Or maybe because he was overweight. So in Vince and Bruce's mind, he was overweight. Which, not nice. That's mean. You don't release somebody because they're overweight. Come on. Are you serious? That goes to show you how much Vince and Bruce didn't care about the men's or women's divisions when they were in charge. When they were in charge of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Goes to show you how disrespectful, how rude and immature Vince and Bruce are. Reed previously revealed that WWE told him to smile more following his WWE release. Bronson Reed changed his name to I think Jonah. Am I right, guys? Jonah? Yeah, he changed his name to Jonah, and it has been tearing it up in the independent circle. I call it the independent circle, but it's the independent circuit, really. That's actually the right way of saying it. Of course, I said it wrong, but it wasn't on purpose, though. He was also the NXT North American champion, but not for a long time since his departure. He has been a bona fide star in New Japan Pro Wrestling, tearing through the ranks and facing the biggest talents. Yeah, I heard something about that. Recently, Okada defeated Jonah in a rematch at New Japan Pro Wrestling Declaration of Power in the co-main event of the show. They then did a handshake. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Jonah could be making his way back to the WWE. Says here, and I quote, when Okada versus Jonah was over, they did a handshake. I don't know. They didn't talk final, and they didn't say he was leaving. But kind of the handshake, WWE's gone after Jonah, Bronson Reed, and they want him. And even though Jonah was getting a great push here, this was actually the first pinfall loss he's taken in New Japan. The handshake was kind of weird. It was almost like you think maybe he's going back to WWE. But I don't know if that's the case or not. It was also previously reported that Jonah might also make his return to WWE now that Triple H is the head of WWE Creative. But I guess we'll have to wait and see if that will happen or not. It's a really, really good story. I liked it. Now, moving on to the next news. So apparently, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just watching the live stream, apparently WWE is reportedly interested in signing Matt Taven. Now, it says here that Triple H is undoubtedly a veteran in the pro wrestling world. Indeed, he is. And is one of the most important figures in the company's history. Got that shit right. Being one of the mainstays of the Attitude Era. Continue. His career spent several world title reigns and memorable moments throughout the years. Now that he has control of WWE Creative, he can make a few decisions that Vince McMahon might have snubbed his nose at. Triple H was made the head of creative after Vince McMahon's retirement. Since then, he has made numerous changes to the WWE product, and fans couldn't be happier. Including myself. I was happy. We saw the returns of Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Hit Row, Imperium's Fabian Heider, Marcel Barthel, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Candice LeRae, Selena Vega, and Legado del Fantasma. And plenty more, man. Some of his well-received moves include bringing in talent that his father-in-law fired. In Triple H's era, a lot of positive changes have taken place. In fact, even the Good Brothers returned on this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, Marina Pinellas Bennett, and Vincent all recently finished up with Impact as well. While speaking on today's Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that WWE is interested in signing Taven. It says here, and I quote, I know WWE has they have an interest in Taven. I would think that also Taven, Bennett, and Maria could go to New Japan Pro Wrestling because they have a history there. I don't know about AEW, but if there's something going on at Ring of Honor, they could go there because they were Ring of Honor people. They may all. Maria was trying to start her own women's wrestling company. End quote. WWE has been on a roll as of late. Yes, they have. And fans simply couldn't be happier to be tuning into their shows lately. So I guess we'll have to see if Matt Taven will make his way to WWE or not. What is y'all take on WWE signing Matt Taven? Let me know. Moving on to some news on Mr. Paul Levesque. Triple H. Triple H apparently still trying to sign WWE talent Vince McMahon fired. Vince McMahon was responsible for a lot of things in WWE. Both good and bad, through it all. A lot of people lost their jobs. Mia Yim had a lot of potential in WWE as she had a solid run in NXT. Unfortunately for her, that was ruined after she was called up to the main roster. She was eventually wasted, buried, and kept in Titus Catering until she was eventually released from WWE after the company had nothing for her following Retribution's split. Following a disastrous and forgettable run on the WWE main roster, Mia Yim was released by the company on November the 4th of last year. She took a break and then went back to the indie circuit in order to regain her confidence as a professional wrestler. Mia Yim then went back home to Impact Wrestling as she returned earlier this year. She has also officially left Impact Wrestling. No shit, Impact Wrestling's terrible. Impact Wrestling sucks. I can see why they left Impact. Only 6 to 7 people watches Impact. All those views Impact used to have, gone. All those talents Impact had all those years ago, gone. Because their promotion is nothing but a complete clown bore fest. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Triple H might try to sign Mia Yim. And not to mention, folks, nobody cares about Impact. I mean, come on. How many people you see watching Impact these days? None. No. It says here, and I quote, Mia Yim, obviously, her husband is in AEW, Keith Lee. All of that, Triple H is trying to get everybody back that he had before in NXT. That got fired when he didn't have power, when Vince McMahon did. She would fit into that category. End quote. So again, it says here, and I quote, Mia Yim, obviously, her husband is in AEW, Keith Lee. Paul Levesque is still trying to get everything back that he had before in NXT that got fired when he didn't have power, and she would fit into that category, end quote. That's what Dave Meltzer said in the Wrestling Observer Radio to those of you that's watching the stream. Still. So you might just be on her radar. Who knows? What's y'all's take on where Mia Yim will go next? I think if Keith Lee's in AEW, I'd say Mia Yim will end up in AEW. She'll end up All Elite since her husband is there. It only makes sense for her to go to AEW. I just said why it makes sense for her to go to AEW. I'm not repeating it. I just said it. Just said it. Right out of the gate. There's some news on Aaliyah. Moving on to some news on that. So apparently Aaliyah confirms she is suffering from multiple injuries. Oh, poor Aaliyah. Aaliyah's so terrible in the ring. They need to give her Bad Bougie character back because that's what made her great. That's what made her amazing. That's what made her in-ring skills a lot better. That Bad Bougie heel NXT character gimmick that she had in NXT. Aaliyah joined WWE as part of NXT where she honored her in-ring skills for a long time. After a lot of anticipation, Aaliyah was finally called up to the main roster as part of the WWE draft last year. Aaliyah was paired up with Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah, she was paired up with Raquel Rodriguez, folks. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up at all. She was legitimately paired up with Raquel Rodriguez. Why is my music not playing? What's going on here? Why is my music not playing? Guys, my music's not playing. What's going on? We got a problem here. Oh my God, Restream, what's going on? Where's my music? What the fuck? It's not me, guys. I don't know what's going on. Restream. But after this, I'm gonna have to investigate what's going on here. I hope it's not that freaking hacker, dude. If it is, I'm really gonna have to get that other person to try it there and get my accounts back, man. That hacker can't be ruining my shit, man. That hacker needs to stop and cut it out. Seriously. He has no business hacking my and other people's accounts. He has no business hacking on people's accounts, man. My music is not playing. I am angry. I am absolutely mad. I hope I'm not the only one that's noticing that. I hope everybody that's watching the stream has also noticed that my music is not playing. What's going on here? Oh, my music is playing, but it's not playing on here. What the heck? Yo! Oh my God, man. The music is playing, but I don't hear it on the laptop. I only hear it on my phone. What the hell's going on here? What the? Something's not right here. Anyways, I'm continuing. I'm not gonna let that bother me. I'm continuing. I can continue with or without the music. I'd rather continue with the music because it's great. It's great to continue delivering news with music. Leigh was paired up with Raquel Rodriguez, but that team didn't last long. She was recently out of action due to injury. Fans wondered whether it was serious or not. It seemed that her absence was also a way to turn Shotzi Blackheart babyface, which we already knew. We knew that weeks ago. Aaliyah took to Instagram and posted photos of herself since the match that showed visible bruising on her shoulder. She confirmed she suffered an elevated first rib and AC sprain during the match. It says here, and I quote, "It's been a month, so here I go straight from the horse's mouth." I have to say, my last match was probably one of my most favorite. I would like to thank my tag partner, Raquel, and Damage Control and everyone involved. Yes, I got injured mid-match. However, I have this overwhelming gratitude towards the incident because I felt like it pulled out a version of me that I never knew existed. Keep going. I remember thinking, I never get opportunities like this one. Another voice in my head screamed. So I don't care. I'm going to keep going and keep showing out. The emotions and energy I was feeling in the moment truly lit me up inside, and I felt indestructible in that moment. Yes, with an elevated first rib and AC sprain and all. I am very grateful to get to do what I do, and I hope my passion and efforts transcend through your TV screen. In other words, she said through your television screen. That's what I'm trying to say. And then she goes on to say, I don't know what the future holds or when I'll be back, but I just want to say thank you for everyone that has reached out. I can't wait to get back in the ring. End quote. Aaliyah is currently off screen. Raquel Rodriguez has aligned with Shotzi Blackheart in the last few weeks, so let's see when Aaliyah returns to WWE television. But she put in 7 years of work at NXT to make it this far, so Aaliyah isn't quitting anytime soon. Well, despite Aaliyah being terrible in the ring, my thoughts and prayers go out to her. Hopefully, she gets well, she makes a full speedy recovery, and she can get back in the ring and do what she does. That half of the audience and half of the geeks in the community don't like seeing her do in the ring. So what is y'all's take on this story? Let me know. All right, we're going to move on to the news on Bobby Lashley. So this story somewhat did not make sense to me. Apparently, WWE reportedly wanted to keep Bobby Lashley strong ahead of his feud with Brock Lesnar. Why? I don't know. Don't ask me. First of all, if WWE wanted to keep Bobby Lashley strong, then why did they send Brock Lesnar to the ring to destroy and brutally attack Bobby Lashley if they wanted to keep Bobby Lashley strong? If Bobby Lashley was kept strong, don't you think that Bobby Lashley would have been over Brock Lesnar by now? Don't you think Brock Lesnar would be on the ground and Bobby Lashley would be standing? Don't you think? So why is WWE now saying that they wanted to keep Bobby Lashley strong ahead of his feud with Brock Lesnar when clearly Brock Lesnar should have been the one getting the beating and assaulted by Bobby Lashley? You see what I'm saying? I don't understand that. I don't understand that whatsoever. But anyways, it says here that Bobby Lashley worked hard to make himself one of the most dependable stars in WWE. He is a two-time WWE champion and a true veteran in the pro wrestling world. We all know that. WWE also wanted to keep him strong for a good reason. The two-time WWE champion, Bobby Lashley, held the United States champion for over 100 days, which led fans to believe that he would remain the champion for a long time. On this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar made his shocking return and destroyed Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar should have made his shocking return and get destroyed by Bobby Lashley, not destroy Bobby Lashley if they wanted to make Bobby Lashley strong. Bobby Lashley should have been the one standing. So, in other words, if Brock Lesnar returned as a heel, the babyface, don't you think the babyface should have been over the heel? Don't you think Bobby Lashley should be standing and Brock Lesnar should be on the ground? So why am I seeing this news on WWE reportedly wanting to keep Bobby Lashley strong ahead of his feud with Brock Lesnar? Why? Why? I don't understand that. Shit doesn't make sense to me, man. It really doesn't. I don't care what all these negative geeks have to say about it. It don't make sense. Period. This story don't even make sense. Right after that, Seth Rollins challenged Lashley for the United States title. In the end, Rollins defeated Lashley and became the new champion. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted how they wanted to keep him strong before his feud with Brock Lesnar. Before I go over what Dave Meltzer said, I'm gonna take a sip of this freaking water because this WWE news article story just doesn't make sense. This story makes zero sense whatsoever. So this is what Dave Meltzer had to say, guys. It says here, and I quote, "They're probably going to be wrestling at Crown Jewel. Brock Lesnar comes back for Saudi Arabia. So it makes sense. It made sense. No, it didn't make sense. I don't agree with that shit. It would make more sense for Bobby Lashley to come back and get attacked and assaulted by Bobby Lashley if they wanted Bobby Lashley to look strong. Brock Lesnar coming back and assaulting and beating up Bobby Lashley does not make Bobby Lashley look strong. No, it doesn't. I don't agree with that. No, it doesn't. But Dave Meltzer said they're probably going to be wrestling at Crown Jewel. Brock Lesnar comes back for Saudi Arabia, so it made sense. In his mind, it made sense. Not in my mind. His mind. In his opinion. Oh, that's his opinion. The story there is that the first match they had, Bobby Lashley won, even though there was a lot of interference. So Brock does kind of have, he can go to get his win back. And Bobby Lashley is no longer United States champion. Seth Rollins is. So Brock Lesnar doesn't have to win a championship. It looks like Logan Paul and Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley as maybe the two top matches on Crown Jewel. Yeah, sure thing. End quote. That's what Dave Meltzer said. Yeah, sure thing, Dave Meltzer. Sure thing, man. Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns makes no sense whatsoever. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley makes sense, even though Bobby Lashley should have been standing and Brock Lesnar should have been on the ground on Monday Night Raw. If you want to make Bobby Lashley look strong, Bobby Lashley should have been doing his signatures and finishers on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar should have came back and got assaulted and hurt by Bobby Lashley instead of Brock Lesnar assaulting Bobby Lashley and then hurting him and then hurting his own. Like, come on. How is that making Bobby Lashley getting beat up and assaulted by Bobby Lashley? How does that make Bobby Lashley look strong? How? Somebody, I would love for somebody to come in my live chat and tell me how Brock Lesnar assaulting and beating up Bobby Lashley makes Bobby Lashley look strong. How? That makes him look like a complete loser. That's what it makes. That's to me. It's making him look like a complete loser and a complete jobber to me. If you ask me. Jesus Christ, man. I don't even know why I even went over this story. It's a waste of my time. It is likely Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley will be feuding in the coming weeks as we head towards Crown Jewel. Now, the match between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, don't get me wrong, that's gonna be one of the best matches on the Crown Jewel card. But like I said, Bobby Lashley should have been standing, Brock Lesnar should have been on the ground. That's how that should have ended. Instead of Brock Lesnar standing tall and Bobby Lashley hurt on the ground, still kind of trying to get up and shit. We'll have to see how it will be booked because those two have a lot of unfinished business. Unfortunately. All I'm saying is WWE does not need Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, or Lacey Evans on TV. They don't need them. They don't need them at all. Keep them off of TV. You've got enough young talent on the Raw and SmackDown roster. Why do you need to bring Lesnar back? Why do you need to continue to use Ronda Rousey on television? Why? We still have Lacey Evans on the SmackDown on this roster. Get rid of her. Nobody gives a shit about Lacey Evans. Get rid of her. Seriously. Let her go. Release her from WWE so she can be at home taking care of her husband, her daughter, and her other daughter. What's y'all's take on Brock Lesnar's WWE return? Let me know. All right. Moving on to this news. Apparently, WWE has actually announced a Campus Rush recruitment tour. So we're going to go over the news on that. And then we're going to go over the news on Davey Boy Smith Jr., as well as the news on Bobby Lashley and Shayna Baszler. And then we're going to go over your AEW Tuesday afternoon news. Now, so apparently, WWE announced a Campus Rush recruitment tour. So WWE looks for the brightest, most talented, and young athletes to make them into future stars. I hope they're looking for talents with MMA backgrounds. Those are the kind of talents I like right there, man. I mean, I bet those are the kind of talents a lot of WWE and AEW wrestling fans are looking for. I'm sure. Look how they recruited Valerie in WWE. She has an MMA background. She's easily going to be a star on the main roster. The company is continuing its search for the next generation of WWE stupid stars. I'm about to say stupid stars. Oh, man. Sometimes I get my stuff right, sometimes I don't. But I'm working on it. WWE looks for the brightest, most talented young athletes to make them into future stars. The company is continuing its search for the next generation of WWE superstars with its latest tour. The promotion recently announced the WWE Campus Rush recruitment tour. All right, Hassan, everybody, listen up. The promotion announced a multi-campus college athlete recruitment tour today, which will visit top NCAA division universities. Now, some of the current WWE superstars who have transitioned from college athletes to a wrestling career are also involved in the recruitment project. That includes Big E, Bianca Belair, Omos, Fat Cat Moss, and Raquel Rodriguez will interact with student athletes at each tour stop and teach them about the world's leading sports entertainment company. I don't know why you would have somebody like Omos. Triple H should have easily released Omos from the WWE already. Especially if you don't have nothing else for him to do. Why is he being booked in squash matches every week? Shouldn't he be feuding with the likes of Braun Strowman? I mean, I don't know. That's just me. Honestly, despite the fact that I'm not a fan of Braun Strowman, I would rather see Braun Strowman on my TV than Omos. I can easily say that. Even JD himself said that on his podcast a few months back. The student athletes will actually learn about WWE's Next in Line NIL program and resources they can use to build their brand, social media following, and much more. Each tour will pit the students against each other in a competition, and they'll also learn how to cut a WWE style promo. The WWE Campus Rush will kick off tomorrow, October the 12th, at the University of Mississippi, and will visit 8 universities from 5 conferences throughout the fall semester. So I'm going to go over the scheduled tour and list of universities. University of Mississippi, tomorrow, October the 12th. Georgia Tech, Thursday, October the 13th. Clemson University, Tuesday, October the 25th. Boise State University, Tuesday, November the 8th. University of Arkansas, Wednesday, November the 9th. Ohio State University, November the 15th, on a Tuesday. University of Kansas, Tuesday, December the 6th, not Kansas, Kansas. Penn State University, Wednesday, December the 7th. But it says the schedule is subject to change soon. Those are the schedules for now, for the Campus Rush recruitment tour. Your thoughts on this story, guys? Let me know. All right, there's some news on Davey Boy Smith Jr.'s teasing his next pro wrestling move after his WWE release. Now, Davey Boy Smith Jr. is another person that was being kept off TV until his release. He was never used. He never debuted in NXT UK at all. Never. Nobody in that company has mentioned Davey Boy Smith Jr.'s name not one time. Nobody. Davey Boy Smith Jr. is the son of WWE Hall of Famer, the British Bulldog. How can you not use somebody like Davey Boy Smith Jr.? Davey Boy Smith Jr. is great, especially if he was trained by his own father, British Bulldog. Signing a WWE contract last year, only to get released after one dark match. See, that goes to show you that they never used him. They buried him, wasted him, kept him in Titus catering until they released him. What? I know some of the, I'm waiting for some of these geeks to come in the chat and be like, well, they released him because of budget cuts. Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing. Like I'm supposed to believe that. His passion for wrestling, on the other hand, remained unaffected. Smith Jr. is returning to MLW at Fightland in Philadelphia. Davey Boy Smith Jr. will make his comeback to Major League Wrestling at MLW Fightland 2022. Well, MLW Fightland 22, that's what it says. On Sunday, October 30th, at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. It says here, and I quote, tickets start at $15 at MLW2300.com and the 2300 Arena box office. The card is a Fusion TV taping, airing on BEIN Sports, nationwide on cable and dish, and in over 60 countries around the world. The return of the Bulldog goes down in South Philadelphia. A decorated champion, Davey Boy Smith Jr. won the 2019 Oprah Cup, promoted by MLW, reviving the storied classic wrestling tournament for the first in over 70 years, and protecting his name in history alongside the likes of grandfather Stu Hart, Leo Pordillo, William Modon, and Wildick Zipsko. Complementing an impressive conquest for the Oprah Cup, Smith also won the MLW World Tag Team Champions. That's what I'm saying. All his background and how good he is. How can WWE waste and release somebody like that? You gotta be a complete fool releasing somebody like that, man. Really. Ridiculous. See Smith Jr.'s MLW return live Sunday night, October the 30th in Philadelphia at MLW Fightland 22. End quote. Despite his short WWE run, which was awful, it was really bad. Smith Jr. expressed his desire to return to the company since his release from there. He has continued to wrestle to this day, now found his way back to MLW. I'm glad he is somewhere where the company really wants him, really wants to use him, really wants him to be champion again. Not at a company where they won't use him, they'll waste him and bury him on TV. No. He has wrestled for a couple promotions in the past, including New Japan Pro Wrestling. What's y'all's thoughts on the story? Let me know. All right. Moving on to the next news. There's more news on Bobby Lashley. So apparently, Bobby Lashley actually wants to bring the Hurt Business back. So the Hurt Business made a lot of strides during their run in the company and elevated Bobby Lashley, MVP, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin. However, as is the case for many factions in WWE, the faction broke up last year on Monday Night Raw. Even Roman Reigns felt that the faction was broken up too early. They eventually came back together last year for a brief period of time before separating once again. While speaking on, oh God, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it because Bully Ray is on that freaking podcast. I don't even want to say it. That clown, Bully Ray is on that podcast. While speaking on Busted Open Radio before WWE Raw, Bobby Lashley was asked about being positioned as one of the top acts on Raw. Lashley then stated that he wants to bring back the Hurt Business at some point. Says here, and I quote, this is what he said, this is what Bobby Lashley said, and I quote, there are a lot of people in that position. I love our roster right now. That's what made me excited about winning the United States title. I had Ali. He's a guy who has been overlooked a little bit, but he has phenomenal. He is a phenomenal, great wrestler, great mind in the business, and he's hungry. Every day when I come in, he has ideas, different ideas. I want to do this. I want to do this. Then Bobby Lashley goes on to say, you have him. Really? He's on fire right now. Seth Rollins. He's Seth freaking Rollins. He's great across the board. Some of my closest friends, even favorites. Hurt Business. MVP is there with Omos. Shelton Benjamin is still doing his stuff. Cedric is there. I like to bring that group back together at some point in time. There are so many highly talented people on there. Chad Gable, Otis, I don't want to leave out any names. Edge, Mysterio, his son Dominique, Mysterio, we're all the faces. I'm one of the prominent figures because I'm the champion, and there are so many people you could say are the face of Raw. It depends on how you're looking at it. End quote. So I guess we'll have to wait and see whether the Hurt Business will ever make their return to WWE television or not. Fans would certainly love to see them back together as well. On the WWE fans, I'm not so sure about the AEW fans. Now, that's going to do it for your WWE Tuesday afternoon news. Now we're going to move on to your AEW Tuesday afternoon news. And there's not much. There's just news on MJF, Sammy Guevara, and Ethan Page, and that's it. We are going to start with the news on MJF. So apparently MJF actually believes he will be a babyface, a top babyface in AEW. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot. I skipped the news on Shayna Baszler. I forgot. Hold on. We gotta go over the news on Shayna Baszler first, guys. I just noticed that. When I looked at the description, I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot about that. I forgot to give you guys the news on Shayna Baszler. So Shayna Baszler apparently teases one more match in WWE NXT. Says here that WWE has seen so many superstars return to the third brand as the brand has helped them become better versions of themselves. It involves Mandy Rose as the top contender. Apollo Crews is another star. He's another star that has traveled through the main roster to the third brand only to make things good for him. I guess it looks like someone else may be willing to join the list, but for one match only. And that is Shayna Baszler. Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez continued their verbal conversation between them from last week on NXT when the pair appeared on the Grayson Waller Effect talk show. Grayson announced on his show during NXT that the two women would face off in a Weapons Wild match at Halloween Havoc. Before then, they would participate in Pick Your Poison matches in the coming weeks. Says here in that quote, hey, Shayna Baszler, do you want to talk business? End quote. Cora was pointed by a fan about checking with Shayna Baszler if she would be able to fight on her behalf. The Queen of Spades responded with her own thoughts about it, and it looks like she may be Cora's pick for the match. Says here, and I quote, I do have some open freelance spots on my calendar coming up, end quote. So we don't know who Cora Jade's nemesis is going to pick for the match. It will, I guess it'll be someone from the Horsewomen, or will it be the NXT Women's Champion herself? It's still a mystery. Now we can go over to AEW Tuesday afternoon news. Now, apparently, MJF, there's news on him. He believes he will be a top babyface in AEW. Yeah, he has the potential. I think he'll do great as a babyface. If he can do great as a heel, he can do great as a babyface. Same with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Look how good Cameron and Sami Zayn did with their gimmicks as babyface. Just imagine how great MJF would do as a babyface. MJF worked hard to establish himself as one of the most controversial, talked about talents in a long time. The salt of the earth is truly proficient when it comes to cutting a promo as well. Following MJF's scathing promo on AEW, President Tony Khan said a few months ago, following MJF's scathing promo on AEW President Tony Khan a few months ago, MJF remained absent from AEW television. That all changed after MJF was revealed to be the Joker at AEW All Out and confronted CM Punk. MJF also got a massive pop upon his return. During the AEW All Out media scrum, Chris Jericho stated that he believes MJF will become one of the top babyfaces in AEW. This was certainly an interesting production by Jericho. While speaking on Not Sam Wrestling, MJF addressed Chris Jericho's remarks that he will become a huge babyface. MJF jokingly agreed with Chris Jericho and said that he's already a great guy. He's already a great guy and is salt of the earth. It says here, and I quote, had to clear my throat for a minute. Thought I had something in it. It says here, and I quote, I think I'm a great guy. I think I'm salt of the earth. You kidding me? So I totally agree with Chris. Who doesn't love it? And that's the thing. Like I said, you'll find the biggest stars in our industry today are going through the exact same thing. This is just true. When I come through the curtain, when Roman comes through the curtain, it's a good example. You will hear the crowd, and it's defining. There's cheers going on, and there's boos going on. But most important thing is, it is the loudest it will be all night. Now, do I feel that there will come a time in my career where I will entirely lean into the cheering? I don't know. What I do know is what I care about the most, and that is money. I'm not changing a damn thing. End quote. So that's what MJF had to say. We'll have to wait and see whether MJF will end up winning the AEW World title and become a babyface. He certainly has the microphone skills to sway fans in whatever direction he wishes. Some fans would certainly love to see that happen, including myself. But everyone would be along for the maximum ride. What's y'all's take on this situation? Let me know. Excuse me. So apparently Jon Moxley considered not re-signing with AEW. Jon Moxley made his debut at AEW Double or Nothing 2019 and instantly became a huge star there. He has truly been one of the most consistent and dependable stars in the company as well. As previously reported, the current AEW World Champion recently signed a 5-year contract with AEW, ensuring he will be with the company for a very long time. He will also be a trainer and coach as part of that new contract. Not only that, but he will also be working fewer indie dates because of his new contract. In fact, he will no longer be working in GCW, Davey, or the Wrestling Revolver. Well, speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that due to these restrictions, Jon Moxley considered not resigning with AEW at one point in time. He says, and I quote, I know at some point he discussed, I don't know how serious, but just being a free agent and doing that as opposed to signing a new deal. End quote. After 3 years, Moxley thought he would take part in the independent scene, but he ultimately came to genuinely appreciate AEW. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how he will be booked in the coming weeks. Sammy Guevara, news on him. So apparently, he refused to comment on backstage scuffle with Andrade El Idolo. I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but Tony Khan needs to get that get that solved. Tony Khan needs to fix that. There's always something going on backstage in AEW. Something all the time. Something every week going on with this company. It says here that Sammy Guevara remains one of the mainstays of AEW since its conception back in 2019. He used to be a beloved babyface, but that all changed as he is now back to being a heel. Unfortunately. Now, things have not been going well for AEW for the past couple of months. Andrade El Idolo was also involved in a backstage altercation with Sammy Guevara. He was also sent home before AEW Dynamite last week. Sammy Guevara was still on the show while speaking during his vlog. The former TNT champion addressed fan questions when it came to his brawl with Andrade. However, Guevara refused to comment on it and wanted to focus on other things. He says, and I quote, I know some people want me to comment on what exactly happened backstage at AEW Dynamite. I'm done focusing on the negativity. I feel like when you're this trajectory to where I'm headed, there's going to be people who will do everything in their power to drag you to their level. And I know I'm above that. So I'm not going to focus on any of that BICTH. I'm not going to comment on any of that bullshit. End quote. Andrade El Idolo even made his way to AEW Dynamite to fight with Sammy Guevara, as it was previously reported. Andrade should get fired from AEW. It remains to be seen whether he will remain a part of the AEW family or not. I don't think he is. Not the way Sammy Guevara made him mad. Whatever's going on with this beef between Sammy Guevara and Andrade, it needs to drop and it needs to stop right now. Tony Khan needs to put a stop to that. Let me tell you something. If there is people in that AEW men and women's rosters that don't want to be there, let them go. Let them go. Release them from the company so they can get used, and booked and be champions elsewhere. That's all I'm going to say to that. All right, guys. Moving on to the last news that I have for today. Last news that I have for you guys today is on Ethan Page. So, apparently Ethan Page claims that he wants to have the longest career humanly possible in AEW. Ethan Page signed the contract with AEW last year and recently extended it. He has become one of the regular features of AEW programming lately. It turns out he is also involved in some of the backstage work and now wishes to have a long career in the company. Page appeared for an interview with Davey and spoke about his recent backstage work. He revealed that he got to agent a match, and that experience has left him wanting more. He aspires to go much further, pretty much, with AEW by heavily involved behind the scenes. It says here, and I quote, listen up, folks. It says here, and I quote, I would say the potential is unlimited, and I don't just mean on screen, I mean behind the scenes, too. I recently got to agent a match, put the headset on, and get to do that live. Excuse me. He goes on to say, that was an experience that I hope to be able to do again. I love writing. I love being creative. So I hope I have the longest career humanly possible at AEW and not just on screen. End quote. That's what Ethan Page had to say. Ethan Page debuted with AEW at Revolution in 2021, losing in the face of the Revolution ladder match. Page joined the firm and became friends with Stokely Holloway, which has allowed him more screen time. There's still a long way to go for the performer, given his big ambitions. Let me know what you guys think of this story. That is going to do it for the AEW Dark Elevation watch along, and it's also going to do it for your Dota and AEW Tuesday afternoon news. I am finally getting the heck out of here. But before I do, I got a few announcements to go over with you guys. I'm sounding like I'm crying, but I'm not. I'm not crying. I'm okay. It's just my voice feels like it's getting ready to go out. All right. So I do have two or three announcements. Number one, next Tuesday afternoon, I will, for the first time ever, for the first time since Vince and Bruce ruined Monday Night Raw when they were in charge, I will be live with my very first Monday Night Raw review next Tuesday afternoon. I heard that JD is not going to be live for this Raw or NXT review. He'll be out till Wednesday. I figured since he'll be out, since he'll be on vacation a little bit, since he'll be on his little vacation, I figured I'd go live with a Monday Night Raw review next Tuesday afternoon instead of going live with Elevation. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, these Elevation and Dark shows have not been any good. They've been very boring. And I may start going live for my Monday Night Raw reviews every Tuesday afternoons more often, if I do good with this one next Tuesday, which I will try. I haven't reviewed Monday Night Raw in a long time. It's been a while since I reviewed Monday Night Raw. The real reason why I want to go live for my Monday Night Raw review is because Monday Night Raw has gotten better now. Now that Triple H is head of creative talent relations, now that he's in charge. And I really care about some of the talents on the Monday Night Raw roster, including Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Justin Loomis, Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, and much more. I love what Monday Night Raw's been doing, and it will be an honor to be back live for your Monday Night Raw review this Tuesday, or next Tuesday afternoon. So again, my Monday Night Raw review for the first time ever since Vince and Bruce ruined Monday Night Raw when they were in charge. The review will be live next Tuesday afternoon. I expect the best audience that I can get. Okay? And I expect an even more audience this week because tomorrow afternoon I'll be live with my AEW Dark watch along. I'll be live for episode 165, I believe. And then I may be live. And after that, I may go live with this week's Monday Night Raw review. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save it for next week. Because earlier I had thought about it. I said, should I go live with Monday Night Raw review this week? And I shockingly said no. So next Tuesday afternoon, I'll be live with my Monday Night Raw review for the first time. Then my AEW Dark watch along will be live this Wednesday afternoon. And then this Wednesday night, my Dynamite watch along will be live, as well as my Dynamite review. And then this Thursday, I'll be live with AEW Thursday afternoon news live stream, giving you guys your Thursday afternoon WWE AEW news. And then I'll be live with the SmackDown watch along, which is going to be scheduled for 7:00 p.m. this Friday. And then the stream is going to start at 7:30. And once it does start at 7:30, you're going to see my WWE and AEW news intro. That means I'm going to start my SmackDown watch along off with giving you guys your WWE and AEW Friday night news before SmackDown comes on the air. And then I'm going to be live with the WWE and AEW Saturday afternoon and night news live stream. And then I'll be live with your WWE and AEW Sunday night news live stream as well. So there's going to be a lot of AEW and WWE. There's going to be a whole bunch of WWE and AEW news live streams scheduled for this week. So there's going to be a lot more news that's going to be coming in this week. There's going to be a lot more news on Bobby Lashley. There's going to be a lot more news on talents like Adam Page, Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Matt Rose. There's going to be more news on Randy Orton. There could be more news on Jeff Hardy. Who knows? I will keep you guys up to date, as always, with the WWE and AEW news that I get each and every week from my sources. All right, guys. So those are pretty much the announcements, and those are the watch-alongs and reviews that I'm going to have scheduled for this week. If anybody has any questions, please comment your questions in the comment section below because I'm ending the stream right now. I'm getting out of here. I hope you all have a good, very, 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 very good Tuesday. And I will see you guys in the live chat for AEW Dark this afternoon. And I will also see you guys in the live chat for your Dynamite watch along and review. Peace. Stay safe always, folks.